Oh, go ahead.
Our mission. Helping Parents Heal is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all of our meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children that have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members. So we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone, and thank you, Shelly, for being here.
Yes, thank you, Shelly, for being here. And some of you have put where you're from and who you are in the chat box. Please feel free to do so if you're a board member, an affiliate leader, or a caring listener. Also, please put that in the chat box because we love to be able to recognize you. I'm going to read a very short bio of Shelly, and I know all of you already know her. I think this is the fifth or the sixth time that she's come to speak to our group, which is just so kind of her. Shelly Wilson is an author, intuitive medium, and conscious creator who is passionate about helping people wake up to their greatness. She supports others as they navigate their own journey into consciousness to experience aliveness. Shelly's books, 28 Days to a New You, Connecting to the You Within, Journey into Consciousness, and Embracing the Magic Within are available in paperback and eBook. She is also the creator of Cards of Empowerment and Clarity Cards. And you can learn more about Shelly by visiting her website, shellyrwilson.com, or embracingthemagicwithin.com. I'm going to go ahead and copy those and place them in the chat box. But without further ado, please join me in welcoming the beautiful Shelly Wilson. Welcome, Shelly.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you, Elizabeth. And thank you, Irene, for being beautiful facilitators this evening. And I'm always delighted and feel extremely blessed to be able to present to all of you. And one thing that I want to remind you, first of all, that we think of, once again, our children in spirit, our loved ones in spirit. Many times they are literally just a thought away. I've had so many people say, is it true? When I am sensing their presence, when I am thinking about them, when I feel them near, is that really them? And absolutely, undeniably it is. Remember, we're human, and our human mind wants to automatically analyze and process and try to figure it out. And this is where we begin questioning, is this real? And the beautiful thing is once again, they're just that thought away. One thing I want to do tonight is guide you in a short meditation just to assist you with making that connection with your loved ones in spirit, even making that connection with your guides, tuning in more intentionally to your heart and to your spirit. And as we're preparing to do that shortly, also, if you have some questions that are on your heart that you would like to ask, these won't be readings per se, but these would be questions that would benefit everyone. Please post in the chat and I will respond to a few. And then I am going to make some connections this evening for you as well. So once again, remember that the way that our loved ones communicate with us, thoughts, feelings, impressions. They give us those memories. Take note of the bodily sensations. You know, they no longer have that physical form, but they're absolutely energy. So their energy is going to blend with your energy. You're going to feel the sensations. And many times it may feel like a coolness, a tingling, a buzzing. Sometimes you can feel that hug. And I often say, typically they come from behind and wrap themselves around us rather than coming to the front, but sometimes they do that as well. And they'll come through giving us those beautiful animal messengers, the cardinals, the hummingbirds, the butterflies, the dragonflies, and many other birds and animals as well, also giving us those number sequences, whether it's a series of number that has personal meaning to you, or those triple digits. Sometimes it does show up on the clock. Sometimes it is on a receipt, or it may be on a license plate when you're driving and you just happen to see those numbers, or maybe see a word that is meaningful to you as well. Definitely take that as a sign. Look up to the sky, because our loved ones can influence the energy of the clouds. So remember that, and just know that those messages once again are real. So at this time, I want to guide each of you just into a brief meditation once again. So I invite you just to take that big, deep breath, relax, and come into your body. Focus on breathing in peace, love, ease, and compassion as you exhale any fear, worry, or doubt. As you relax, move your awareness to the center of your chest as you feel the pulse of life within you. Our breath is our life force. Allow your physical body to become lighter so that inspiration can flow more easily to you. Envision your physical body as a beautiful orb of light that is able to easily receive the energetic transmissions flowing to you and through you. This includes communication with your loved one in spirit. Breathe in deeply, feeling the embodiment of who you are, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. With each inhale, feel your body expand with potential as you exhale positive and creative thoughts into the field of pure potentiality, the field of all possibilities and infinite creativity. Continue to breathe and feel your chest expand with the inhalations and deflate with the exhalations. Feel the love you have within you, and that is you. Focus on quieting the thoughts that are in your mind so that your heart and spirit can gently yet powerfully speak to you at this time. What is it saying to you in this moment? Perhaps you may be guided to silently ask, what do I need to know at this time? What do I need to become aware of so that I can heal on every level? What emotion needs to be felt rather than suppressed? What intentional action steps do I need to take so that I can grow more fully in my spirit? As you ask these questions and any additional ones that come into your awareness, please listen and trust what is being conveyed to you through thoughts, words, feelings, and impressions. Take mental note of any bodily sensations that you may feel at this time, the information and inspiration you receive from your heart, spirit, and loved ones in spirit will help guide you. It is then solely up to you to take action on any guidance as you feel led. Allow yourself to embrace the messages and this clarity with confidence. Breathe in deeply and exhale audibly while basking in the love and gratitude you feel in this moment. Once again, be mindful of your breath as you become aware of your physical body. Envision tree roots extending from the bottom of your feet, grounding you to the earth below. Your lightness is now beginning to once again feel the denseness of your physical body. When you're ready, open your eyes slowly and allow them to adjust to your present surroundings. Know that you are loved and you are loved. And so it is. So I invite everyone just to take that big deep breath again, a nice audible exhale. And once again, trust those messages that you're receiving. I assure you, once again, undeniably, that it messages from your children in spirit and other loved ones in spirit as well. So at this time, is there any questions that we want to focus on?
Yes, we do have some questions. Shelly, that was a beautiful guided meditation. Thank you so much. Laura is asking, is it harder to connect with our children soon after they have passed while we are still so in shock? Is there a time that it becomes easier?
Yes, okay, that's a great question. And what tends to happen, remember when we're grieving, that energy that we feel, that energy that is around us is heavier, it's denser, and they absolutely can come through and communicate with us, but sometimes we're not at that state to be able to recognize it, to be able to receive it. So know that it is possible, but it may be your own grief that is blocking that connection. So I want to assure you, don't feel bad if you're grieving. Don't feel bad if you're in shock, because that is absolutely human nature to feel those emotions and to feel that way. But what we want to remember is now that they no longer have that physical body, their energy is free. Think of it as being lighter and brighter than contained in that physical form. And just know that it's important to keep communicating, keep hoping, but at the same time, please don't stress if you're not feeling it, okay?
That's a beautiful answer. And it's important for everyone to know that it has nothing to do with where our kids are, how they are. They are great. It's just that we do have that grief that might be holding us back from being able to connect right away. But it is important to grieve as long as you want to. And thank you for saying that, Shelley.
And Elizabeth, I want to say one thing with that, because there are some mediums that set some kind of conditions, rules, whatever words you want to call it, saying, they want to wait an X amount of time before making the connection. And please know it's not so much for your loved one in spirit, it is for you so that you can receive it and that you're able to do that.
That's exactly right. Thank you so much. Kathy is asking, some people have seen their child in dreams and I haven't. Is there something I can do to try to have him come through in a dream?
Yes, and I get this question a lot, and what I want to assure you, first of all, is just take note. Do you typically remember your dreams? Because many times our loved ones already know that we may not tend to remember them when we wake up. And I assure you that even though you may not remember, they very well could still be coming through in that way. However, more often than not, our loved ones come through during our waking hours. And many people don't even realize that that's how they're connecting to us and that it's really them. So take note when you think of them and take note of the memories coming in. When you see them in your mind, many times we may think that that is us originating that thought or that memory. However, I have a very strong belief that it's absolutely them popping in to say, hello, I'm right here.
That's beautiful. And I must say that I feel like I go over and spend time in my dreams with Chelsea and Morgan, but I don't necessarily remember it, but I just feel so good when I wake up. So I'm not very good at remembering my dreams, but I do know that I spend time with them. So I think everyone should realize that their kids are all excited to spend time with us. So wherever they can, they will. Um, Sarah is saying, is it normal that sometimes she seems so far away and sometimes so close? Where does she go?
Yes, well, great question once again. And one thing that's coming through to share is remember, everyone, they don't have the same concept of time now that they're in heaven, now that they're on the other side. Here on earth, we do have the sun rises, the sun sets, we have the awareness of days and clocks and calendars, but they don't necessarily have that same awareness. So, what may seem like time has passed a while for us, it may not seem that same way to them. And what I believe too is, there are different places they can visit. Just like we travel here when we decide to go places, I feel like they absolutely can do the same as well. And the main thing too is to don't feel like they don't love you any less or that they're, not available, but just think of sometimes going away a bit or on a journey or learning. There's so many things that they can be doing on the other side. And I recognize too that, of course, you want them to be able to be here when you think about them or want those signs more often. But just keep in mind that they're doing what they can, of course, from the other side to do that. And at the same time, they're still learning, growing, and evolving as well.
Beautiful. That kind of answers the next question. Marta says, I feel like my child, this is not the one that you answered, the one a little bit further down, is staying close to me to help me. He's worried about me or wants to be my guardian. Am I holding him back from becoming his full spiritual self?
Yes. Well, that is a great question once again. And I'm getting chills, and chills to me are validation from spirit, from our loved ones, that we're on target. This is something to talk about. And what I recognize is we think of free will. And I do believe that our souls have that free will also. They still have that power of choice. And my sense is that he recognizes your need for comfort and need to keep him near, but you're not keeping him from something. There are different beliefs with that as well. And my feeling is, once again, focus on the energy of love, focus on the energy of connection and that energy of how that feels to you. And that's what you'll experience.
That's beautiful. And we have several people asking about if we could hold our kids back. I know that they're never held back from because of the love that they have for us. They are with us all the time whenever we need them, and they can do whatever they want to as well because they do have a different sense of time and space. Let's see. Um, Mary's asking, why is it that in the beginning we get lots of signs, but we get much less signs over time?
Yes. Well, what I'm hearing to say with that is maybe the signs are just shifting. Maybe they're kind of keeping you on your toes where you're evolving as well. So the signs are maybe different than they were before. What was coming through to share as well, Elizabeth, as you started to ask that question, is, of course, as parents, you help to mold and shape your children to give them that foundation. And now that they're in spirit, think of them as also being teachers for you, helping you to learn, grow, and evolve in your spiritual studies, learning more about communicating with them and recognizing in the afterlife. So sometimes we think of maybe the roles being a bit reversed when this happens, but I feel like there's definitely a lot of growing going on with everyone, both our children in spirit and all of you here as well.
Beautiful. Okay, this is going to be the last question because as
Got
Mahima,
messages, yes.
she says less questions means more times for reading, but there are two questions that are almost the exact same thing. Sandra and Janet are both asking, do our children worry about us or miss us, they don't want to know that our kids are suffering. So maybe you could address that.
That's a good question. And you know, what we want to remember too is the other side, they of course can very well come through with the same human personality, all of that. But I just focus on their energy as being pure love, pure light. At the same time, I feel like they recognize when there's a need, you know, so when you're needing comfort, I feel like they can definitely come through, offer that comfort, be a protector for you, and so on. But I don't feel like it's necessarily inhibiting their growth or evolution or anything like that as well. You know, once again, I know people have different perceptions and interpretations with all of this, but the main thing that I want to remind you is focus more on love, focus more on that heart chakra energy, and do your best to not be in that state of fear or worry or doubt. That's definitely a lower vibration, heavier energy that can definitely inhibit us feeling that connection with them. Okay. So even those moments of sadness when you really need to know they're near, do your best to recognize that. I always say honor your emotions, but then bring lightness to your being. And whether you go with visualization or maybe you put on a fun song, move your body, put on a video that you love to watch, maybe even some cute baby videos or animal videos and such. But there's something about bringing some laughter and lightness to you to help make that connection.
That's beautiful.
And I
Okay.
want to say too, it's okay to feel joy. It's okay to be happy. You know, some people feel like, you know, I have to continue to mourn and be sad. Well, you're human and you're going to have those days where that's how you feel. But I assure you, they don't want you to dwell in that state of being because remember, they're living through you. And if you're always feeling sad, well, how can they feel that joy in that state? Okay.
Thank you. That's wonderful. So let's go ahead and get started if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. So I would love all of you just remember when the information comes through, it's thoughts, feelings, impressions. I get what I get. And for those of you that may have seen me work before, other presentations here, remember sometimes the information immediately we make that connection. And sometimes it's a little bit before we do that. And I've had people that email me or message me after this is over, recognizing that connection too. So please speak up if something resonates with you. Now, you don't have to take all of what I'm saying, but please recognize that the information that I'm getting, it's helping us to fine tune who it's going to. Okay, so that's important. Our loved ones in spirit will also piggyback one another, so to speak. And I say that very lightly, very lovingly, because they like to come in together. And there may be many loved ones that have the same name, that have the same means of transition, the same personality, and just know that they're all coming through. And if there is something that resonates with you, please receive it. Okay? So, the first thing I'm feeling, I feel a male energy stepping forward. And I get a sense when I look at his age, I'm seeing late teens, early 20s when I look at him. I'm seeing him have a cap on his head, and I see that he'd wear it straight and then he'd turn it to the side. So I know there's something about him making goofy faces. And of course, these may have been selfies he took, or others, when someone would say, "Let me take your picture," he'd make a goofy face. But I feel turning his hat was one of his practices, okay? I'm hearing a name, and just keep in mind when I hear a name, this may not be their name. It may be a connector name, but I'm hearing the name Devon. It could be pronounced Devon, but I'm hearing what I feel is Devon. I'm also hearing the name Martin, so I don't know if his name is Devon or Devon Martin, middle name or last name, but I want to recognize that too. And Martin may be someone that he's acknowledging also. Okay. I get a sense when I feel his energy that his passing was sudden and unexpected. I get a sense too, feeling choked off. This may mean that he passed by choice, meaning suffocation, but I get a sense that this may have been where he felt like he was unable to fulfill his dreams. There may have been something else, breathing issue going on. And, I get a sense that there may have been some substance abuse or substance involvement, but I don't necessarily feel that was cause of his transition, okay? So please let me know as that makes sense with anyone, and I will get more information.
Um, I just want to say that a lot of this relates to the son of a very close friend of ours, who I don't believe she's on here though. But her son's name is Devin. So when you talk about, well, let's see if it's anybody else though, because I hate to.
Yeah, I think people are taking some validations, but not the names.
Because the validations themselves, I think, could also work in some ways. So I'm going to just see if she is available. What do you think?
Well,
Irene?
I don't know. Jill's saying her son was Kevin. I'm wondering if Kevin and Devin sound similar.
That is very close,
Shelly.
too, very close. Okay, and I just saw a Tracy pop up saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's different things coming up. I do feel the hat turning sideways is important. And this I know may sound just very strange that that's significant, but I see him making goofy faces, turning his hat. So I feel like there's something about that. And maybe this just happened one time, one moment, captured in a photo, but I feel like there's a picture of him as a memory.
Yeah. I don't know if you're looking, Shelly. There's a couple of
Mhm.
people.
Okay,
Someone said son's friend's name was Devin.
okay. Let me see. Now let me get a little bit more. Maybe we can hone this in a bit too. I do feel the age late teens, early 20s. I get a sense too that he was taking a break from school. So I feel like he's graduated from high school and thinking about college, but not necessarily enrolled. Like maybe he was taking a break year, whatever they call that, where they don't go for a year and then decide to go later. But I feel like he wasn't able to do that because I feel like it was that break when it happened. Okay. Okay, I see the Tracy K popping up again. Let's just get the information that resonates with her
Okay.
and see how that may fit. Because I was seeing some things flash up, but I wasn't
Okay.
reading.
You'd like me to ask her to unmute?
Yes, and we'll just see how
Okay.
this may pertain to her.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy, now how does the information fit, or how does it make sense to you, please?
Just pieces. The names don't fit,
Okay.
but there's some pieces that you had said, like he always wore a hat.
Uh-huh.
And it was unexpected. And like I said, I think he broke his neck, which could have been part of the
Okay.
breathing.
Okay.
So not sure, just kind of pieces that kind of, and he was supposed to be in Virginia Beach. He was home. He was supposed to be moving back. He would have graduated that following week.
Okay.
So
Now,
so that piece, like he was on a break, but not.
okay, I feel like we've got, this will make sense to a couple people, but I do feel like your son was wanting to come through to get your attention. He knew that you would be here tonight. Tracy, can I go ahead and get your son's name?
Ryan.
Ryan, okay. And as you were hearing me communicate, did you feel it in your body? Did you get some kind of sensation or just a knowingness in your heart to speak up?
Just that I needed to chat, like
You got a nudge to do this.
Yeah, just
Okay. Okay. Because as you were sharing, I kept getting waves of chills. I get this sense that I need to give a message to you. And I do feel I have that this message is for someone else as well. But I want to tell you, first of all, Ryan is just giving me this sense of letting you know that he's okay. Mom, I'm okay. He's giving me this sense that you've questioned, did he suffer long? These feelings of needing to know more about that time period in his transition. And he's giving me a sense that it was almost instantaneous, just this feeling of close my eyes and I'm somewhere else. Okay. He's giving me this sense also about perhaps your own health issues or suffering that you've been experiencing, because he's giving me a sense of all of this weighing very heavily in your heart, taking its toll on you, which once again, I know is understandable, but he's giving me this sense that he didn't mean for it to happen. There's something about, none of this adding up or making sense. So I don't know if you've tried to replay moments in time and going back, but I just know that he doesn't want you to dwell on that fact. And there's something about you focusing more on yourself and not dwelling so much on that time. Okay. I know once again, sometimes it's easier to say, yes, we can do that. And at another time, actually experience and live it. But he's just telling me too, I don't know if you've been having pain in your side, something with your kidneys too, but I feel right side that he's talking about to recognize and take note of. Okay. He's giving me this sense too about needing to make a list. So I don't know if you've been thinking about your own time here or some of the things that Ryan wanted to do, but he's talking about a checklist, needing to take action on this list. Okay. And it could be some travels, it could be bucket list things, that kind of thing. But he's talking about sand on your feet in the sand on your feet, sand on the toes. So I feel like there's something even about getting near the water, getting near the beach also.
Well, it's funny, we just went hiking. Two things. One, I'd been having pain in my side and I just had a CAT scan. So there was that. But we just went hiking in the Devil's Bathtub, which is in the lower southwest corner of Virginia. And we had to cross creeks and there was sand all over the rocks and I fell into the creek.
Well, I'm getting chills all over. I have no doubt Ryan was with you, saw all of this. And there's something about, Tracy, you allowing yourself to feel more. So feeling sensations, but feeling emotions, because there's something about knowing that it's okay to feel it. Okay.
Okay.
I know that he doesn't want you to let go of what your gut's telling you in regards to following up, listening to your body, seeking medical treatment and things like that, because he's just saying that you've written it off for a while or you've just let it go. And there's something about making it more important, making it a priority, making you a priority.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to leave you with that, Tracy. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Elizabeth, by chance, did you get a hold of your friend or did you see any other comments?
Trying to, there are a lot of other people who are taking everything that you're saying. Janet has been taking what you've been talking about as well. Her right side is hurting. As a matter of fact, Darcy's saying that she has pain in her right side as well. But Janet is saying that her son passed of sudden cardiac arrest, actually. And she says that it's her son's name. So I'm not exactly sure when she says that, if she means that Devin is, or maybe there's somebody that wrote something about Kevin above there, but maybe we could speak to, he passed on his second birthday from break, on a break from school. So maybe, would you like to speak to Janet? Again, it's Janet.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with Janet.
Who is it,
We'll see what I
Elizabeth?
get.
Janet.
Carter.
Okay. I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, good. So
Hi, Janet.
If we can.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, can we see you? Could you put your video on, please? Let's see.
Oh,
There we
Oh.
are. Hi, Janet.
hi.
Okay, so what makes sense to you rather than me repeating it all? What stood out? And I want to know, did you feel it in your body when I was speaking these words?
I did because my son actually was very silly and goofy, and he always took selfies with, different things on his head.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And he was 24, and he was out shopping at Old Navy and just had a sudden cardiac arrest.
Okay.
And he had just graduated in this past May with his master's degree, got his job, as a school social worker, and he was so excited. But on Thanksgiving break, the second day of their break, that's when he passed. And so
Okay.
that was his first break from school, and he was excited that he was, had the teacher schedule and he loved his kids, but it was short-lived. So
Okay.
all of that kind of, went with it.
Well, I'm getting chills as you're talking. So I just know your son is getting getting in line, so to speak. It's like, I got to get a message to my mom. And I feel like it wants to call you mama. I just want to say
Yep.
that, to call you mama. Okay. Now tell me your son's name, please.
Brian.
Brian. Okay. So we got that sound at the end once again. The Devin, the Ryan, the Brian. Okay. So let me build this up. Right away, I get this sense coming from him for you of just this immense amount of gratitude to you, because he's giving me a sense that you pushed him to be the best he could be. And he knows that you always did it out of love, that it wasn't that you were being mean, but you were a bit demanding that he get his work done, that he get his schoolwork done, because you were raising him right. You wanted him to be a good man, a good father, a good teacher, all of that. Okay. And he's just giving me this sense about having a good, strong faith in God, you having that, him having that as well, because he's giving me this sense of glorious, heaven being so glorious, that there was nothing to fear. So I just know that he wants you to know, even this feeling, I feel like there was some type of congenital defect, something going on that was not aware of. And especially being so young with that also, but I just feel like my heart was racing and then a collapse. So I feel like he didn't know what was happening, although he felt funny, but I do feel pressure in the chest and feel that rapid heartbeat. Okay. Now I get a sense too, he's talking to you about, continuing to remember his goofy moments. And of course, you probably have pictures on your phone, maybe hanging up of him too. But there was the serious side of Brian and the goofy side. And he's saying, that goofy side is what will make you laugh and brighten your day. So there is something about that, and helping to keep his spirit alive, his memory alive in that way too. Okay. Now, by chance, did he love Mickey Mouse or something about mouse ears? Did he go to Disney World, want to go there? Something about Disney or ears, Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, we do. He does. I mean, we do that as a family, and he does have ears, and he was just really silly, like
Okay.
he really was.
Okay, because I see him wearing those Mickey Mouse ears too. So I just want to say that as well. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. So Janet, I just feel this immense amount of love for you from here. And once again, he's saying, thank you, Mama. Thank you. Thank you for everything. So I want to leave you with that.
Thank you. Thank you. I was so demanding, so I'm glad to hear that.
Yes. Well, you did it out of love.
Yeah, right.
And he knows that, he may not have liked it in the moment, but he knows why you were that way.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's beautiful. Thank you. So I'm not having success reaching out
That's all
to
right.
this these parents who are Devin's parents, but there are a lot of people who are piggybacking on the different things that you're saying, and who have a lot of the different things, especially the pain in the right side and other things like that. But perhaps we let's see. And Melissa is saying, my son passed the same, unexpected, and most everything else, trying to trust my intuition about other intense things going on. I have a silly photo of your description, Cap and funny guy. I miss his funny self that always brought me out, brought out his nonsense, out of this nonsense. Yes, racing heart collapse. Oh, this is so, sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see. Sounds very similar to, this is so crazy. I sure hope my guy is piggybacking Disneyland when he was 10. So silly. Okay, so there are a lot of other people who are talking about Disneyland, who are talking about similar ways of transitioning.
So
But
please, if there's anything that resonates, just know that your loved one is getting a message through to you also. And once again, just receive what resonates. You know, this feeling that I get, because I see lots of children almost, and this is the image that I have in my mind. Okay, I just see them like all on the bank of water as if it was a river, and you're on the other side of the river, and just trying to get, in essence, to greet them on that side, so to speak. Now, I know that they're giving this to me, of course, symbolically, to just say that this waterway is what separates. And if we think of, you know, our thoughts even being that bridge that connects one side to the other, you know, I just see them all lined up, laughing, smiling, waving, say, I'm right here, I'm over here, I'm greeting, almost even as if a ship is coming up to port and everybody's waiting on that land to be able to greet them. So just take note of how that information resonates with you. And once again, know that absolutely you can receive it as well. Okay.
beautiful.
So I do have a female wanting to come through also, and I have another male that I'm just hanging tight on that information first, but I have a female coming through. And right away, she's showing me blonde hair, platinum hair. This could be a wig, or she could have had blonde platinum hair herself or colored it. She's giving me a sense of having a love of Marilyn Monroe. She may have even dressed up as her for a play or for Halloween one year, but I'm seeing that even drawing the dimple on the face. When I look at her, I feel probably early to late teens. I don't feel like she's out of high school or in her 20s, but I'm seeing a youthfulness around her. I see a round face and I see a fuller body when I look at her. And I get a sense too, passing from an illness, I get a sense that this is a cancerous condition, a health condition, something that she experienced for a while. So I feel like this is something, even getting a sense of lupus. Lupus may have played a role, but I'm seeing a full face with this. I'm hearing some names. Once again, this may not be her name, but I am hearing names to acknowledge. And sometimes it's your name that they're wanting to connect with. But I'm hearing the name Cerise or Charisse or Candace, something with that Cerise, as I said, Charisse or Candace sounding name. Okay.
Okay, good. We do have someone who is saying, Lisa Miller is saying, my daughter was blonde with a tattoo of Marilyn.
Mm.
Let's see. Okay.
And I do feel the way that she transitioned, I do feel that's significant.
So Lisa, could you tell us if she passed of cancer or some type of disease?
Health condition, something that she experienced for a while.
I don't know. Oh, okay. So Christine is, oh, no illness. She's saying, Christine is saying, my daughter dressed up as Marilyn Monroe for Halloween when she was 8, but did not pass from an illness either. So that wouldn't be, let's see. Okay. Don't see anybody else who's identifying.
Okay, let me just see if I can get any more information. when I look at her and, I do feel like health issues going on. This may have also been physical health issues, and this could also be mental health, but I do feel like something going on in the body itself. But I do feel health issues.
Okay. Nobody identifies with this. Let's see.
I just saw Priscilla post something.
She had
It was
lupus.
a little bit older. I'm
25.
curious if the other information made sense with her. She said that she, I think it said had lupus, but passed when or lymphoma, and passed when she was 25.
Yeah. Priscilla, if you could let us know. And let's see. Jane, 17-year-old daughter, passed from cancer, round face, had weight gain from steroids, but no Marilyn. Okay, Monroe connection. Okay. Let's see. Christine is saying she had mental health issues and was heavy when she passed. So this Christine, going back to what she said, my daughter dressed up as Marilyn Monroe for Halloween when she was 8. So let's
Okay. The other thing, sometimes when I see a personality, someone we know, a celebrity, it could be that it's because bubbly personality, if we're thinking of Marilyn. So just kind of think of that also. So even though they may not have dressed like her, there's something about that energy, maybe spoke softly, maybe was an actress. There's different ways I can look at it, but I'm getting a sense of something with appearance, similarity, even hair color. So I just feel like I need to recognize that. And we've got Carol raising her hand. So I want to see maybe how this may make sense.
Well, maybe she could just let us know. So Priscilla said that she dressed up as Sandy from Grease for Halloween. So Priscilla had already said before that she had lupus and she passed from lymphoma, but she was 25.
Did she dress up as Sandy at the end when she had the curly hair and the black, or was she Sandy at the beginning? Because that's a big difference.
Okay, let's see if maybe she could tell us.
At the end, Priscilla said at the end. Okay, let's look at this.
Okay, so Priscilla, let's see. Irene, can you help to find Priscilla maybe?
Yes,
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi,
Okay.
Priscilla.
Hi.
And I'm looking
Hi,
for
Shelly.
her.
Let's see if I
See
can.
underneath the chat.
Let's see. Priscilla, could you say something again so we can find you on here?
Hi, Shelly.
There
Oh.
she is in the corner. I see you. Okay, Priscilla. So now tell me how this made sense, please.
Well, what made sense is the blonde hair. She did
Uh-huh.
have, like, she colored her hair blonde all the time.
Okay.
She dressed up as Sandy at the end.
The end
I
of
have,
the movie.
yeah, I have
Okay.
a picture of it somewhere here, just not
Okay.
available for now.
Right.
But the only thing is that the age you were saying,
Was she a
you
bit
know,
older then? Is what you said?
25, but she had lupus and she passed from lymphoma.
Okay. And her face was round also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do the names make sense at all to you by chance, Priscilla?
They don't.
Okay, and that's okay. When I hear names, I always like to recognize them and honor them when they come in. Now, the other thing I want to ask is, as I was speaking this to you, did you feel something physically or just had a knowingness to reach out?
Yeah, my heart raced really.
Okay. And I'm asking this for everyone who's wondering, why is she asking? Because part of what Spirit suggested that I do tonight is to help people to understand how you can feel that connection for yourself. Okay. So I was getting chills when you were talking, Priscilla, and that's my sign from spirit that I'm with you. Okay. I get this feeling, and I just feel like crying right now, but I get this sense that it's a happy cry, that almost like I'm so glad, Mom. I'm so glad that you spoke up, just this feeling. She's giving me this sense of being uncomfortable for a while, because I just feel that she tried to be strong and that she just couldn't muster the strength to keep going, and that you were aware of it. You could see it in her eyes. And she's telling me that you gave her permission to go, that you told her that you'll be okay. And she says, thank you. And she's saying, you helped me. You helped me to be able to do that. Okay. Um, I just feel this so much love, because she's saying, you gave me a gift. You brought me here. You helped me to go. So I just know that by you saying that you'll be okay, that helped her as well. Okay. And I just get this immense amount of love that she's saying, go back to that Sandy. I knew I was on target. That's why I needed to clarify, was this the beginning, Sandy, or the end? And I feel like that was one of her favorite movies too, that, there was something that she embodied with that energy, taking it from that moment of transformation. And there's something about, feeling empowered, feeling confident also. Okay.
She loved that movie.
And every time you see it, every time you hear that music, she wants you to remember that. And once again, don't remember the final days, the final moments. Instead, remember before. She wants you to go back to that. Okay. And I do get a sense, a Candace, a Cerise, something like that. And I think Cerise is actually a color too, but there may be something that comes into your awareness with that. And this may be a fur baby also, not just human, but just kind of take note of that name. Don't stress about it or dwell on it, but just take note of it. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
So I want to leave you with that, Priscilla, and I just know that she's wanting to hug you. She definitely feels your love, and she doesn't want you to be sad, but I could feel her emotions coming through so strong, that I needed to convey that to you also.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. And actually, Christina is saying that maybe the Charisse is meaning Sandy, which is actually beautiful.
Yes.
That might be what you were looking for. So wonderful. Did you want to go ahead and do another one? Or
Yes. I'm curious if Carol wants to post in the chat, because she had raised her hand over here and I see that. So I want to see if Carol Statuto, perhaps is how you say your name, how that may make sense.
could you post in the chat, Carol, to let us know? Let's see. Have Mary putting in the chat, I wonder if my son came through. Everything was resonating with me, and I live on Devon Street. That's interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, take note, because I got chills with that too. The thing is when I hear a name, and Devon is not necessarily a common name. I don't know that I know of anybody with that name, but it can definitely be a person's name in spirit, a person that is here, and it can be a street, a city, a location, things like that as well. So just know when they're coming through that they're doing their best to give us clues to let us know that it's them.
That's beautiful. Goodness. So I don't see anything from Carol. I don't know. Oh, and Yelena. Okay. Yelena is saying my son's best friend girlfriend is Devon. So there are a few Devons.
Yes, definitely a few Devons. So I'll go ahead. I have that male that is very eagerly wanting to come through as well. And I'm hearing the name Trevor. And I'm hearing that Trevor is a significant name. So once again, this may be their name and it may be someone that they're acknowledging also. When I look at him, I feel younger energy. I get a sense, maybe 6 to 8, could be closer to 9 or 10, but I feel youth with him. I just see him like standing up proud. This may be a picture that was taken of him, but I'm seeing him giving a salute. So I don't know if there's a military connection in the family, someone that he's saluting or so on. I'm also hearing the name Wayne. So I don't know if his name was Trevor Wayne. Wayne is a middle name, Wayne is a last name, or maybe his father is named Wayne, but I want to take note of that. I see him with curly hair, messy hair, but I just feel like maybe it was a little bit overgrown, but he liked it that way. But I see him dressed just in a nice little dress shirt, pants, and I'm seeing a little bow tie on him also. So when I feel his energy, I get a sense, health condition once again with him. I get a sense something going on, intestinal, digestive. Maybe he was having a hard time getting eating food and so on. I get a sense too that he may have also had to have a feeding tube at one time as well. I get a sense small for his size when I look at him, but it's almost like he's wanting people to know that he's growing, because I see him stretching, putting his shoulders back, putting his chest out, letting people know that I'm getting bigger. So I want to take note of that.
Okay, let's see if we have anyone. Okay, so Yelena is saying that her son's name is Iger and that it's her son's hair exactly with the curly, messy hair, but this is 6 to 8. I know that.
Yeah, and no health condition, I don't think, for him, Elizabeth, right?
Okay. Who is Krista Pack? She wrote, I had a love for military, have a picture of him when he was little saluting. I'm wondering how else information made sense with
Yeah,
Krista.
beach bum, wavy hair, Krista says. I'm wondering if it's about the right age. Krista, could you just tell us the age of your son maybe and his name to see if it matches? He was 12, but was small. Okay.
Okay, that is potential. Now, does it make sense that he would have had a feeding tube at one point also? Or something digestive, intestinal going on?
Could you let us know?
He
about
did. She said he had a feeding tube.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go ahead and go with Krista, please.
Sure. Hi,
Yes.
Krista.
Hi,
Hi, Krista, and tell me your son's name again.
it was Wes.
Wes, okay. Did the Trevor or the Wayne make sense at all to you?
He was in treatment with a child named Trevor.
Okay, I'm getting chills with this. Okay, and what I want to ask you, just like I've asked other people as well, are you feeling it in your body?
Yes.
Okay,
Very warm.
warm. Okay, and his energy feels very gentle, because I'm just almost like it's staying with me, not rushing through. It's almost like lingering, that I want to describe. Okay. When I feel him, I just see this excitement. And now you said he had a love of military and would salute, and you have a picture with him as well. Okay. Because there is something about him talking about when he got bigger, when he got older, that he wanted to be a soldier, this feeling coming forth. And I just get a sense, that you're always going to have those thoughts of him, of course, being that proud young man. And I even see him like doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So I just get this strong feeling about him in that pride. He's smiling from ear to ear. So I just want to tell you, I see him continuing that proud American, that proud person, that smile on his face, being strong. And he wants you to know how strong he is, even giving me this sense of being that soldier, fighting to be healthy, that feeling coming forth. Okay. And I get a sense that he's recognizing too of how you just kept encouraging, be strong, you'll be good, you'll be healthy, that kind of thing. And he just knows that he's grateful to you for helping him through it all, because there's something about you wanted him to win, and he did his best to win. Okay. So I just get this immense amount of love, and gratitude, once again, that he wants to give you. But I know that he's talking to you regularly. He's talking about you learning your lessons. So I get a sense of him, wanting to teach you, help you with your communication with him. And he's going to amp it up. He keeps showing me a horn honking. So I feel like either you're going to hear it in your mind, maybe not literally, like it may wake you up from a dream state, but that's one way of him getting your attention, is a horn honking sound.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm hearing it may be a goose honk too, but there's like a honk sound that to take note of.
Okay.
Good.
Thank
So I want to
you.
leave you with that, Krista.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Goodness. Thank you so much. Oh, goodness. So it looks like we are now on the hour. So one thing that I want to tell everyone is that I know Shelly will be back, since she always comes back to see us, which is wonderful. So don't worry if you weren't able to get a validation tonight. I know that she will. If you did get one and would like to send something for the newsletter, please send it to me at elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org. Being able to have those stories is such a comfort to all parents and siblings. And I don't know if you have some closing words that you'd like to say.
And I would just like to say too, if you're guided to reach out to me, want to share your validation as well, and just say, Shelly, this really resonated with me, I would love to hear from you. And just know too, once again, that your loved ones are communicating with you. So please trust the messages that they're giving you, for sure.
That's beautiful. And again, remember that Shelly will be with us for the conference. So we're very excited about that as well. And in any case, we always ask everyone to unmute and say thank you and good night.
Yes.
So I think
Good
everybody.
night. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you very much, Shelly.
Shelly, I have
Hi.
a question. I
Thank
couldn't get
you.
in the chat. I don't know
Thank
why.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shelly.
Shelley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you
Good
very
night,
much.
everybody.
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.